You're watching Avenue X, and today I want to talk about a recently just started airing Chinese urban legend contemporary fantasy drama, 消起轻染, Love on the Turquoise Land. I know recently the third season of Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty has finished. Technically, I should be talking about that first. But considering the third season of that drama is actually very similar to its previous 2 seasons, there isn't that much new stuff I can talk about it. Also, this drama actually hasn't finished because they're doing a weird thing about the so-called 4th season. That company really never makes the 4th season of anything due to superstitious reasons. They're gonna jump straight into 5th season. The 4th season will be actually 2 cases that they filmed during the 3rd season filming, didn't put into the 40 episodes drama. That will be cut into shorter episodes dramas and airing close to Chinese New Year. That's like so far their idea. So I'm thinking maybe I could wait longer just to know when that drama is gonna have a full plan and then talk about it. Or maybe even wait till its full 10 cases actually aired and talk about it. Right now it's kind of awkward timing for it. And I'm jumping straight into this drama that has recently just aired, hasn't finished, but I think it's definitely worth talking about already at this point. Love on the Turquoise Land. If you shorten it, it becomes Lotto. Let's hope it's actually a lottery that they can win. This is a 32 episode contemporary drama that's been airing on Tencent. As I'm filming it today, it has just aired its 12th episode. It is based on the novel written by the quite popular web novel writer Wei Yu. Previously, we've had Rattan, West Out of Yumen, 7 Relics. There is one more that hasn't aired at this point, led by Meng Ziyi. And this is the 4th one that aired, led by Di Ba and Chen Xingxu. The specific and unique thing about this adaptation of this author is its company responsible for adaptation and the director. It is done by the company Xian Gongfu, which has the main director Tian Li. Previously, he has dramas that I really loved, and even till today, after 7-8 years, I'd say still being very unique in its production standard and quality, the Tianjin Mystic series. The drama went live on the 22nd. I would say so far among the 4 aired Wei Yu adaptation dramas I've seen, this is the best one. Everything considered. Production standard, quality, aesthetics, casting, and the way story is told. Now, this is a 32 episodes drama. We're only at just about a third of its whole length. It could very well crash later. Cautiously optimistic. I hope this drama can sail smoothly till the end. As usual, I will first briefly introduce you to the story and then divide and conquer. So far, I could give it close to 2 gold mine, I think. The novel and the drama version has some differences, but you can say essentially it's still the same story. In the original novel, although it's the writer's own creation, it's based on gods and immortals in Chinese mythology. Goddess of creation responsible for humans is Nü Wa. She is the lady who has a human body but a snake tail. She's responsible for creation of human beings from mud. And in the novel, it takes the concept of saying when she created human beings, she also created the counterpart species. Humans are designed to live short, but in light, on ground, enjoying the freedom of running around under sunlight, whereas there's another species called Xiao, which in Chinese character means actually owls. But no, in this case, it's just like human beings, but in a different way that they can only live underground, they cannot be exposed to sunlight. They live much longer and much stronger, but then they cannot have the amount of freedom that humans have. Over time, the underground and above ground species get kind of in contact. They become enemies of humans. So the humans eventually figured out how to combat, and they created an army. And this army has a history tracing back to the first emperor of China in her novel Qin Shi Huang. In our drama, the Nü Wa thing got taken out because mythological things cannot work in contemporary Chinese dramas. But then they kept everything pretty much in the same way, and they just changed the reason for this kind of weird species existence to aliens. Our female lead character, played by Di Ba, is the descendant of that army that has existed for a long time, and the army divides into different parts, and different family clans have special abilities or trainings or experiences to fight these underground beings. Our male lead character, played by Chen Xingxu, is a normal guy who just unfortunately had a pair of parents who were chosen by one of the leader of the underground species to use them to take over. This character is played by Zhang Li. She is technically a xiao, but then she takes on a human skin. And then she kind of acts as the stepmother of our male character. One of the reasons that he was kept alive was that he is the storefront for their operation above ground because he comes from the family where they own a big company. So he's the kind of rich second generation. He's the general manager because the xiao species are not technically human and they kind of don't age if they do the right thing. So that would not be convenient. Another reason is she did raise him since he was a kid. And there's kind of like emotional bond between these characters. He's very typically the type of, I got raised by actually my arch enemy, the enemy that destroyed my family. Very kind of wuxia novel, really set up for male lead. So that's our characters. And in this story, obviously, they're gonna team up our female lead and our male lead and then fight against our male lead's stepmother. Pretty straightforward and very much like all the other Wei Yu novels. Before I say good and bad, I want to first point out one thing, which is why I think this is my favorite Wei Yu adaptation to screen in drama form so far. Previously, I've watched Rattan, the whole thing. There was quite a bit of fast forwarding. A third of West of the Yumen and then checked out the ending, but in the middle I didn't keep watching. For Seven Relics, I also watched about 8 to 10 episodes and then quit. I think for Rattan, overall it is still too idol drama-ish. Probably it's the best one among the 3 existing ones before Love on the Turquoise Land, but personally I wasn't a huge fan of either of the actors or the story itself. Like it didn't really sit right with me for some reason. I know it was quite popular back then, but it didn't really make sense that much to me in terms of why it was that popular. Then comes West Out of Yumen. I think that's just a very miscalculated production because thinking about the 2 leads being actually pretty okay actors, somehow it just didn't work out the chemistry at all. The story itself is even more boring than the Rattan one, so I couldn't sit through it. As for Seven Relics, probably the worst one among the 3 existing adaptation. Song Weilong cannot act. He's the least capable actor of the main lead actors of Wei Yu adaptations. Liu Haocun, I don't know, somehow I cannot take her very seriously. I feel like she's just so little girl-like in that drama. Although like she's depicted as the Kung Fu martial art master, I just never believed for 1 second that she could actually do it. I dislike or didn't care much about these adaptations for different reasons. So when Love on the Turquoise Land came around, I was totally in the neutral kind of expectation zone. I was like, let's see if it works. I like the director's previous works, but it doesn't mean it will just directly transplant to a new drama. After watching this drama for a few days, I think overall it has performed to my expectation, maybe slightly over it. First, let me talk about one thing that I worry about this drama. The biggest potential problem for the later part of the drama, as I can see from now, is it's gonna lose steam. It already has sequences within episodes where I want to fast forward because it doesn't contribute to the overall story arc. It has a lot of sequences where it is featuring the female leads, her pals, as the South Mountain hunters who hunt the xiao species. They are extremely portrayed as incapable, unengaging, and always like with that very down energy, and there's constantly internal fights between these people. And a couple of very important characters in that group, played by younger actors who I don't know, are neither very good at acting nor personally like as very interesting to look at actors. Charismatic wise, even look wise, they're very easily forgettable, and every time when the story goes to them, I just like click 3 times speed. It feels like almost the director puts all his energy and effort into carving out the 2 leads, who they are, what kind of relationship they have, which is nice when the camera is on them. Like I really enjoy the part where they're there. But as soon as the camera moves to the supporting roles, those sort of hunter characters, I couldn't care less. I think that's a big problem. A very successful drama needs to make every scene and every character engaging. Even when they're supporting, even when they just show up for 1 episode, you have to feel like they're absolutely necessary. If you take them out, it doesn't really affect your understanding of the story, then you should take them out. I feel that's the biggest problem, and it may, as time goes on, become more and more obvious and uninteresting and annoying. Now, the good things about the drama, the reason why I say it is my so far favorite, Wei Yu novel adaptation. Number one, texture. The production standard texture that is to my taste. Some people may actually prefer the television look of things more, idol drama more, but to me, I much prefer this style. If you've watched Tianjin Mystic 1 and 2, you know how Tian Li thinks about visuals, colors, light. It looks a lot more cinematic than television. There's no whitening of people's skin to make them look like whiter than Caucasian people. There's no skin smoothing. I mean, sometimes you even see there's a little bit too much like realistic texture on the actors' faces. Acne that's been covered by foundation, you can all see that. Also, like overall the lighting style. It is again more cinematic. Shadows, contrast, texture. When it needs to be dark, it's really dark. It's not faking up. You don't know where the light comes from, but it's middle of the night, yet it's super bright in the exterior forest. That doesn't happen to this drama. There's no obvious weird filter on anything. Overall, the look is just really nice to my eyes. It's aesthetics. You can tell the director has a very good idea about how to tell a story very fluidly with visuals. That also brings me to the second point, which is by casting Li Reba and Chen Xingxu, it is just such a correct thing to do to hire this director and his company to do the drama, because if it's another idol drama, usual kind of drama maker director doing this drama, it's gonna totally waste the resource. Your raw material is these two actors, right? What's the best way to use them? Kind of milk it to the most. Obviously, it's using this particular style to film the drama, which this director has. The reason being, these two people are very good-looking people, and they both belong to Nongyan, a very strong and thick look actors. In contrast, the light look would be, for example, if you look at me, like I would be the light one because I have overall less features on my face and more space. That's how you define it. Color-wise, I don't have very deep brows, like deep eyelashes, huge, big, like dark iris and really big, strong, dark lip, and then light skin, and then dark hair. So if you have like a lot of very big features on your face, the empty space on your face, the skin, is less in proportion in size to the features, and then you have dark and light contrast very strongly, then you're called 浓颜, heavy, striking look. That would be the most accurate word in English. Both actors, Chen Xingxu and Li Reba, will be categorized as 浓颜, and they both also have very strong bone features. Therefore, the best way to actually put them on camera would be giving them lighting and color that accentuate that quality. To see the bone structure, the three-dimensional shadows and light on their face, which unfortunately usually gets erased by idol drama lighting, whether it's in fantasy, period, or contemporary. Both these two actors have been in many dramas previously, in all kinds of situations, in contemporary, in period, in fantasy, in realistic stuff. And really, there hasn't been a drama so far in their portfolio up to this point that has given them really the full opportunity to be lit and then dressed up in the way that makes them look the best. And this is the first drama really I can think of for both of them to actually fully bring out that quality of their face. That's one of the problems of idol dramas in Chinese dramaland, where every adult actors, like in their 30s, even over their 30s, are made into like 15-year-old and not yet sort of like gone through their adolescence. Completely virgin and non-sexual. And this is the first one, really, I've seen these two actors being treated as adults. And the drama is not shy about showing the sex appeal of both of them, and they're highly appealing people. But Chinese dramaland is such a Puritan kind of like weird places where everybody just is a virgin by default and you kind of cannot have sex appeal. But both of them are super hot people. Okay, let's just put it directly and frankly in real life. Yet they never got a chance to show that in any dramas they've been in previously, really. Whereas this one is like, yeah, bring it on. Not only is that it gives plenty of opportunity to literally let you see their skin exposed. Also, it's just the way the characters are written, right? They're written as adults, they're played as adults. So I absolutely enjoyed all of those highly charged moments between the characters. The strongest drive and motive I have to check out the new updates is to see these two people looking really great on camera and then flirting and like this highly charged romantic and sexual tension between them. And it's not a conventional Chinese idol drama kind of chemistry where it's purely here in brain. If you want a comparison, right? This year, another contemporary idol drama that I liked is Filter. Earlier this year, around March, with Li Landi and Tan Jianci. That is also urban legend, you can think about that, but much lighter. There's no life and death between two species of beings fighting until the end. That drama, although it's very enjoyable, you pretty much throughout the drama would never actually think of these two leads as in any way sexually attractive, appealing, or like their energy, their relationship is based on that. Their relationship is purely based on understanding each other as a person and appreciate the other person's character. It's much more on that level. I close my eyes and I never for one moment actually when I was watching Filter thought of these two as on a very animal level, right? Sexually attractive to each other. That energy does not exist. And that's a common thing for Chinese idol dramas, regardless of genre and age of the actors or what they've done previously does not matter. In this genre, it almost like everybody is just made to be completely like pure and innocent somehow. Whereas Turquoise Land, it doesn't shy away from the sexual attraction level things, and it just is so rare in Chinese drama to have that. Therefore, I highly appreciate that. And honestly, in reality, in the actual entertainment business, okay. The funny and ironic thing is most of the people got into this industry for that. It's a huge drive. Whether you're in front of the camera or behind the camera, they can get that kind of resources and they get access to the hottest people of the nation. The third thing that I can say that is great about this drama is this director Tian Li, previously he's done Tianjin Mystics, and that's a very mystery, slightly kind of fantastical, has suspense element drama. So when you think about his previous works and this one, he's actually a really suitable person. Even when you disregard the aesthetic styles, just the way stories are told. You can see the traces of that in this drama too. I think comparing to the other three adaptations of Wei Yu's novel, this is the most looking like an urban legend, suspense, and fantasy. The problem I already said is the imbalance between the main characters and supporting roles not being that interesting. But in other parts, particularly regarding the leading roles, how you set up all those expectations, it's been played really, really well. It's likely that even though I'm not happy about certain parts of this drama, I will still keep watching it. That's my so far opinion on Love on Turquoise Land, 消起清壤, and fingers crossed it's gonna sail safely till the end. That should be the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I love you. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and have peace.